Hello and welcome back to my Stationeers playthrough part 13. Let's hope it's lucky 13. Right, so last time we got these planted. That's still thriving, that's only growing moderately well now, but that's a good start. Oh, I'm smashing the place up. Right. But there's no pollutant in this room except when I come in, so that's good. So I am going to go back out here. We did a lot of mining last time, so I'm hoping that we won't need to do too much more this time. So let's get that going. Now what I really want to do is move that out there. So at the moment it's still got some gas in it. I think I probably need to attempt to extract that in a controlled manner. I think what I might do is just turn this down quite low and just let it just trickle feed out so it doesn't overwhelm the system. Assuming that I've turned on all of the valves, which I have, and just let that go while I get on with some other stuff. But I just want to check how this is looking, because the problem with the furnace gas is it brings the heat of this up, which stops the cooling tower from working. And this is nearly entirely pollutants actually, so it's interesting, isn't it? If I can get the temperature of that down, it should all just snow out. Okay, well maybe see what happens when I turn that off. Wow, it's gone. I don't know whether it's... oh yeah, look, there's a bit of pollutant sitting on the top there. Okay, well that's good news. I mean, to be fair, that's mostly CO2 in there, but starting to pump it through. Just want to know that it's not going to blow the whole system up. Okay, right, I'm going to just duck outside and just see how that's looking. Something's not looking good, is it? I hear something creaking and groaning. Oops, yeah. Okay, let's get back inside. Get that out there. Cancel pressurize. Let's turn that off if I can before it blows. Well, I can before it blows, but whether I can then find the issue fast enough. Okay, come on, that temperature's dropping. Yeah, CO2 is freezing in those pipes. Okay, it's stopped creaking. Just a bit I'm worried about is this bit up here. Okay, that's right, it's only at 49 and there's nothing frozen in there. Okay, I think I may have got away with that. Okay, air tank is low, so I can't muck about out here for too long, but okay, so that's alright. That seems to be some volatiles in there. So if I run that, we can mix up some gas. That is, as I expected, empty. Okay. Might have got away with that. It was a bit close. Okay, like everything's critical, I get it. Let's refill my air tank. Switch those over. It's not great. I need to what I really need is a side valve on there with a little inline tank, but there we go, we'll worry about that later. Right, let's turn that back on for a bit. Oh, what on earth just happened? That was very, very strange. It was like I suddenly spun up to look at the ceiling, but I didn't do anything. That's weird as hell. How's that going? That's not really going as well as I'd have liked, to be honest. Oh, why is there no... Okay, they both run out and I forgot to replace them. That was just stupid. We need pollutant. And nitrous. Hopefully that will clean up the atmosphere in here a bit. Oh, not very quickly, I have to say, but run that for a little bit. Just drop it to 2 litres and see whether that's more stable. Yeah, it's still the same problem, that it just warms up too fast. Oh, bloody crate, get out of the way. You were never supposed to be here. Right, that's just going into the outer pipe. So that's all out there now, so it's on this side. And that's all piped through. Okay, well that's good. Cold enough. Right, how much gas is left in here? 500 kPa. Okay, well we have to get rid of it. It's mostly CO2, so it's not the end of the world if I release it into the room, but hoping that now that the pressure in there's gone down, I can turn the volume up. Give it a second to stabilise. Don't want to push my luck. Okay, let that flatten out. What we could do is actually mix a bit of fuel in here now. It's definitely a temperature differential problem, because look, that's back to 76%. So I'm actually going to change the balance. Okay, we're getting there. Right, I'm out of water again, but hopefully hopefully I can empty that this time. There's not that much left in there now. There's only a few moles of, well, I suppose 150 moles of gas, but again, I think we'll let that just settle. I think it's once the pressure in this pipe gets too high, it starts to liquefy the CO2, which is then a real problem because it's well below the freezing point of CO2 outside as well. So, crate. Soon I will have got rid of that crate. How's that holding up? Is that balanced now? It's actually going down slightly, so that's good. So we can turn it up slightly more than that. I'll turn it up all the way and see whether it may actually now be little enough gas in there that it's just creeping up, isn't it? Okay. Quite slowly. The speed is slowing down as well. I think it's going to top out at about 22. No, it didn't even hit 22. There we go. Right, okay, that's good. So that should just empty now without requiring any further intervention. Right, so I need to drink some water. Let's grab some from here. Let's grab some in both hands. And come on, we need to get that pollutant out of the atmosphere as fast as possible before it makes that plant sick. Is that pumpkin dead, or is it really now growing poorly? They're both growing poorly. Why do they keep growing poorly? I've given them beautiful conditions. Look at all that CO2. Look at that beautiful temperature. Alright, there's a bit of pollutant, but not a lot, and it's coming down quite quickly. I don't even get a warning when I open my helmet in here. Maybe it's light levels. Maybe I need to add another grow light. I shouldn't need to. I mean, they're right underneath the one we've got. What do we need for... Let's have a look at soybean. Minimum grow temperature 0, minimum ideal 20, well it's above that. Minimum grow pressure 25, that's fine. Minimum ideal 51, that's fine. Light per day, I'm wondering whether I'm giving it too much light. I don't know whether that's saying it should be light 50% of the day. Maybe that's the problem. Maximum grow temperature is fine, ideal maximum. So we're in the... We're slightly above the ideal pressure range. I need to drop the pressure in here slightly. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I need to actually turn that off. I also think I need to turn this down a bit more. Hopefully that will actually bring the temperature in here down. Yeah, that may be the problem. I may be over stimulating them with light. Okay, well let's try that. I'll just use the natural sunlight. And I'm going to try and lose a bit of pressure by just doing that. Oops, I forgot my helmet was still open. Can't breathe out here. I mean, to be fair, we're down to 2%, so it's not terrible, but it's not ideal. It's still very cold as well. That hasn't melted yet. Actually, that external pressure is quite high. That is something I need to deal with now. That's coming out. I don't know whether that's going to come out at a cool enough temperature to snow out the feels like it's slowing down the rate of cooling. I want it to snow out the pollutant and the nitrous. It's doing it with nitrous actually. It's the pollutant I really want to get rid of. Come on, minus 98, you can do it. You can do it. Get down there below. There you go. Okay, that's good news. So as long as it's also running through the rest of the pipework like that, we're fine. Okay. Still a bit reliant on coal for my liking. I need to smell that whilst I'm home. Right, so in order to set that up, what am I going to need? I'm going to need to run some additional fuel pipe into the furnace. That's actually a terrible place for it because that fuel pipe goes out that way and I'm going to need to run it. I can run it underneath, I suppose. And a waste pipe, which, yeah, I think I need some more frames out there. Let's do it. Now what I will want is some sort of furnace control, so let's see whether or not I've got enough stuff in here now to make an IC housing. I need copper and steel. Well, the steel's in there and I have some copper here. Not very much, but I have some. No, still need more copper. Right, okay. Let's cycle that, add that to that, take that and shove it in there. There we go. Right, now I can make an IC housing, and I'm going to want a chip. IC 10, there we go. I'm going to be short of gold for that. Brilliant. Have I got any gold? Loose? No. Gold in there? No. Gold in here? Please have some gold in here. Yes. Much more gold do I need? 10. I've only got 7. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to go mine some anyway, aren't I? At which point... Whoops. Right. Because I'm going to need some, because I'm going to need, right, from memory, I'm going to need 2 volume pumps. Which also need gold. Well, I also need more iron and more copper in there. Well, that's fine. There's iron. That's easy. Clunk. And there's some copper. Clonk. Right. So I need 2 of these. And I'm going to need. Let me think. Ideally I'm going to want a heat exchanger, but I can worry about that later. I'm just thinking about the minimum required to get the furnace working. Right, I will need a dial, which is a logic switch. Logic switch. That needs more gold. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more gold for all this stuff. 50, so that's a light kit. Right, that's, barring the chip, the bare minimum I need to run the furnace automation. I'm also going to need a tank. Yeah, I'm going to need a tank to put the waste gas into, otherwise it's just going to get wasted. Okay, that was interesting. Just fired it straight across. That's quite good. Oh, only works with the circular ones. Okay, alright, enough of that frivolity. We've got a base to build. Right, go over there. Let's get those. Right, I need a tank. That was what I needed. That was just too entertaining. Right, so I want a normal tank for the hot gas because I want to actually allow that to cool. And then I'm also going to use a heat exchanger to dump some of the warmth into the water, and then I can pipe warm water around, but I need to make sure it's not necessarily the same water I'm feeding to the plants because I may boil their roots otherwise. Okay, I think that, other than some more gold, is all the fancy bits, but I do need some more gold, so, and of course it's starting to get dark because I've been mucking about. Right, don't think I'll risk getting caught out there in the dark with no oh, I forgot to redo my oxygen. Okay, well, I know that there is some gold over here, so let's just see if I can really quickly get it. Let's keep an eye on that. Absolutely have not seen, I've just realised, is any nickel at all, which I'm going to need for both Invar and Constantan, both of which I'm going to need for my deep mining project. So that's a bit of a worry. Right, I don't think I should push my luck with my lack of oxygen. Enough gold. Okay, this furnace should be empty now. It is, which means I can turn that off. I probably didn't need to make 2 volume pumps because of course I've got one there, but I'd rather have a spare one. There are plenty of other things I can use it for. How long I can go before I start to suffocate. I think I'll probably not risk any longer than that. Right. Okay, so we out of power? No. Why did that turn off? What happened there? Why did that turn off? I must be using too much other power. gold's pretty power intensive to smelt, so I'm guessing I'm hitting the 5,000. Okay. Is that because... No. It's weird. I don't know why that is. Okay. That's enough to get me going anyway. Right. Let's dismantle this. Angle grinder. Crowbar. And probably drill. No, it's... Oh, it's crowbar again. Okay, surprise. That was indeed a plot twist. Right, what I do need is a few more iron sheets. Sheets. That's probably enough. Because I've got one there as well, that's 9. Right, okay. Still bugging me why that shut down. Right. This may seem like a mad idea when I originally built the workshop specifically to capture the heat from the furnace, but there is a reason for this. Because I now have enough technology to have a better way to do it. That is hanging right out, isn't it? I didn't realise it was quite as far out as that. Oh well. Right. So what I was going to do was put it... Actually, maybe if I put it there, that would give me some space to work. That would be better. So let's pinch this one out of here. There we go. Too few now, haven't I? Yep. Oh well, I'll take that corner back out. Fix it later. Right. Now we're going to get this and we're going to put it... which way round? Maybe this way is easiest. No. There we go. Come on, back a bit, left a bit, up a bit, down a bit. There we go. Somewhere about there. It's probably about right. That'll do. Right. There we go. Wonderful. An awful lot of hassle to move it, not very far, but there will be a plan. I need pipes next. I'm out here. Split half of that and throw it in there. hear some vaguely ominous noises, but hopefully it's all okay. Just realised I've got one of those there as well. I could actually, at the risk of getting slightly distracted yet again, I could snag that off there, put that on there. There we go. Right, we're out of coal. That's not perfect, is it? Battery is definitely emptying fast. Right. Anything I need out of there whilst I've got that open? I don't think there is. No. Okay, that's fine. Just need some gas pipes then. That's the end of the power. Suppose I'm going to have to go and don't really want to go in there and get that oxygen. However, I don't know whether we'll be able to get any sensible amount out of this. Should top it up a bit. Oh no, 2,000. Okay, that's enough to get me going. Right, better go find some coal, hadn't I? Before everything shuts down. Bring those out though. Whoops. Okay, that's the input side, and that's the output side, so I'm going to want one of these. Whoops. No, that way for the input, and one of those can go there for the output. Okay. What else can I usefully install? That tank, which is going to be the hot waste tank. Go there for now. Just trying to really get things out of my inventory. Go on there. It will go on the floor down here, so that will do. May move it later. And let's get this. And put it on up there. Right. Okay, time to go mining. I seem to go the wrong way. I should go away from the sun. Oh look, the top of that hill's doing something very strange. Yeah, I should go the opposite way from the sun. Make it easier to see the ores with the sun behind me. do feel I've probably overmined this valley. May have just seen some coal over here, but it could have been a shadow in the distance over there. But it wasn't. It was indeed coal. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Hang on a minute, what's that? Is that? That's gold. I thought for a moment it was nickel. That would have been amazing. That is a problem. I'm hoping it's not the case that it doesn't spawn on Europa. I'm sure it does, otherwise make the game slightly impossible in places. Some cobalt. I'll take that while I see it though, because that's pretty rare as well. Some aggressive damage to this hill. Hopefully I'll recognise it again. Probably won't. Might as well just take as much cobalt as I can find, I guess, now I've started. Which turns out to be quite a lot. It's not really what I came for. More coal, which is what I came for. I've got a fair bit, but I'd like to have enough to actually get enough power to keep me going until I don't need coal for power anymore. Which means having enough for that and also enough to make a significant amount of steel, I suspect. I'll take some more iron while I'm... Oh no, I won't, because I did not charge my drill. You know what I did charge? My labeler. So I'm gonna just label... No, wait. It's just a stray bit on its own, I think it was. Looks like it. There's more over here. piece in there, because I think there's probably a decent sized vein that I might want to come back for. But if hydration is critical, I'm also going to need to get sorted. So I'm just going to grab some more iron so that I can make some steel, because I'm definitely going to need it. Oh, I was going to say what's going on. Right, storm. Delightful. Guess I better try and find my way back home then, hadn't I? Which might be a challenge. I've got a rough idea which way I was going, but slightly lost my bearings before we even started. I think I'm going back about this way. Save some power by turning the light off, because that's just dazzling me. I think that over there is the Red Hill. I hope it is, because if it's not, I am indeed lost. This does not look awfully familiar. Not good timing, really. Probably need a weather station. Okay, well I've been here because that's all cut up, so hopefully I'm still going in roughly the right direction. I'm starting to get suspicious that I may not be. At least I know which direction I am going in. It's never great when that happens when you're down a hole mining, because it's easy to lose your bearings as you come out the hole anyway. Yeah, I think I'm probably not where I thought I was. I should probably build a beacon at some point soon. Looks man-made up there. I may be following a false trail, but that looks square. Now I think that might be my base. I may have been going the right way after all, just hadn't quite estimated how far east-west I needed to go. There we go. I think I've made it through the snowstorm, as long as I can get back before the battery in my suit dies, which is quite a concern, honestly. Okay, hopefully those wind turbines will be generating me absolutely tons of power though. That'd be nice. Look at them go. This is where I'm glad I dug this bit out, because I can walk this. So I'm feeling that it's going to be quite difficult to jetpack over in this. Whoa! Oh, there we go. Right, probably a good idea to get that in there as well. Okay. Right, that can come out in a minute, that frame. We'll drop that through into the floor, which will make that a bit easier to navigate, and I can dismantle some of this at least. And actually that heat exchanger I can reuse outside, because I have a plan for that. Oops, that's not good. Let's get that doing its thing. That could have been very bad. Imagine that pipe had blown. Huge explosion in the middle of a storm. Not what we need. Right. That does actually seem to be delivering about the right balance of fuel now, though. So that's good. There's not a huge amount in there, is there? But it might be enough. I can't see whether that's attempting to fire or not through the storm, but hopefully it is. Oh yeah, I can see it flicking. It's not really generating any power yet, but I think that's because it's not getting warm enough. Look at that though. Plenty of battery power. In fact, it's probably not even going to be required, is it? Because it's probably yeah, it's stopped trying because the batteries are fully charged. I actually wonder whether I could build a second battery, but I'm sure I can't. Oh, I probably nearly could actually. I've got the steel for it. I mean, it would be a question of using most of the rest of this. Where did I throw that gold in? Over here. Yeah, and all the rest of the gold. It is tempting. I mean, I need to smelt that anyway, so I may as well do that. It is tempting because that would give me a lot more storage capacity. But unless I've got some more gold somewhere, I can't even connect it up. So let's see what the state of things is. There's none in there. No, that's going to be silly. Okay. Well, it still needed to be smelted anyway. I feel like gold is going to be a fairly high priority to mine in future. Oh, that is not happy, is it? I need to eat and drink. I may as well go and do that while this storm is raging. Okay, it's definitely less pollutant coming in each time now. It's barely growing, but it is growing, and that's poorly growing. Some more light now. I feel like I don't really have enough diagnostics on these plants to know why they're not growing, but there's a definite danger I could starve to death. Had too much light or not enough light or really what, honestly. I don't know what problem I'm trying to fix, which makes it quite difficult to fix it. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit dangerously low on food now. Water is good, but I'm gonna have to eat something. That's the end of the storm. Okay, it's 25 degrees in here, so it's quite decent. Whoops. I forgot to shut my helmet. That was a bit of an error. Right. Okay, I'm going to put the coal in there. Okay, right. Pressure in here is quite good. I'll just put it in there for now. Okay. Quite a lot of iron ready to go, haven't I? Just going to see if I can at least finish the... right, I'm going to need copper cable. Right, the thing I really needed is to make that IC10. Right, so let's get that smelting. Now, that's going to be on a different network from this computer, isn't it? So I'm going to have to program it inside, I think, then take the whole unit back out. Trying to do this with the minimum wastage of wire. Right, okay, now the reason I wanted to do that was, I don't know which one's which, I'm going to have to label this, which I don't know any battery in the labeler, of course I don't. Just quickly do that. It feels a bit less heretical to use a nearly empty large battery in there. Right, right, let's get that done, let's just call that prog, so it's for programming. That'll do. Right, so what I'm going to do is just load up my saved script, in theory. Stationeers crashed? No, it has not. That's good. Right, you'll find this one on the workshop if you want it. It's called Auto Alloy, and I'm going to load that. If you are using an older version of this from before the phase changes, there is one alteration you will need to make, which is that you will need to take the target pressure here for INVAR and increase it to 430 from 330. It doesn't quite, this is the pre-ignition pressure, and it doesn't quite get to the required temperature and pressure ranges. It gets really, really close, but not quite. So that's one change you'll need to make if you have got this script. Other than that, should all run as required. You can see it's a few years old now, but it does the job. So I'm going to export that to the chip. Now actually, did I have a second housing somewhere? Because if I did, I could leave that one in place. That would save me some hassle. I thought I had another one. I thought I had two left. No, I don't know why I thought I had two left. I just made that one specifically for the job. I'm going mad. Something else I had a spare one of. Anyway, right, let's I'll build a spare one for programming specifically at some stage, but not right now. that's all the things. Yep. Okay, let's go. Did I hear creaking? No. Okay, that's good. Right, so there's a lot to sort out in here, isn't there? I'm going to put this chip over here. I could put it there. I'm not going to have enough cable anyway, am I? Where do I need to connect to? All the way over there. Yeah, definitely going to need more cable. Some wire cutters, there they are. Okay, so we've got that there. And we'll run that round there. And that round there. Yep, and that's going to be as much as we're going to be able to do. Okay, right now I need that because I need to put in an LED. I'd love to be able to put it on there, but I can't mount it on the edge of the frame. So we'll put it on the floor here, that's good enough for me. And connect up some pipe work. Right, so that's the output. That's the input. So that input I want to run along under here and join up with the other gas pipes. Right, so I need more pipes as well. And then that one there I'm going to take up and over and down and plug it in through there. And I'm also going to fill in that hole because I keep falling in it and it's really annoying me. Right, okay. Let's get that going. I'm going to need all the volatiles I can get my hands on to make this work. Right, so first things first, iron sheet, I only need one. Get that, put it away, put that away. Right, cable. Go. Pipe. Go. Be enough. I've got to get all the way round to the back to those volume pumps, so let's hope that is. Okay, let's get to it. So once this is done, we'll have a proper gas-powered automatic furnace, which is obviously going to be a significant step forwards. Ah, I fell in that damn hole again. Seriously. Let's do that and then save a couple back because I have a plan. Ha! Did not fall. Right, my plan is going to involve now where would I put a water tank if I could? Probably have to put it there, wouldn't I? And then bring the wall out, which means I'm going to put this on this side. what I'm ultimately going to do is run a pipe out here and round, and I'm going to put in a heat exchanger that straddles a new piece of wall across there. I'm going to put a water tank in here. I'm going to heat exchange from the hot gas from the furnace into the water tank. I will have some other, I'll probably then draw it off at a certain temperature and feed it into the waste processing system, but that's the plan. And then I'll have a tank of water. Now water has a really high specific heat capacity, so it's actually really good because it will cool the gas quite a lot without heating excessively, but I can then pipe warm water around, and basically I've got a radiator like in a household system, which will hopefully keep the base at a sort of moderate temperature without becoming excessive. At least it should do if I do it right. There are a few controls I'm going to need to make sure I put in place to make sure it actually does work like that and doesn't just boil in the pipe. Right, okay, that's going to come this way and down then, isn't it, because of where that pipe is. Not the end of the world. That one there can come round that way, round there, round there. I think this will be most efficient to run along this edge. That's why I wasn't sure I'd have enough cable, because there's quite a bit to do here. Right, before I do that, right, that's going to come across there like that. That needs to go in there, and in there. And we'll put one in there for the neatest solution. And that one can go in there. That dial can move in a second. And that can go into there. Amazing. I have actually managed to set the whole thing up. Right, so now I need to... No, I don't want a button. I want a dial. I want that there. Right. Okay, let's configure it. So I want this to be able to go up to a setting, a setting of 5. Because that's going to tell it what it's smelting. 0 is nothing. I'm going to flick this on and back off again so that it shows me what needs to be set. So that's the dial. That's easy. That's the input pump. Now I'm going to have to label these or I'm not going to know which is which. So that is the input pipe. Is that the input pipe? Wait, did I do this backwards? I did it backwards! No! Why? No, but that says input. Wait, what? And that's output, that's input. Okay, that is the input pipe. Okay, I didn't do it backwards. I thought I wasn't that stupid. Often open for debate, I grant you, but on this occasion... Right. Whoops. Furnace... in... Don't want to get these confused. Furnace... out. LED furnace, dial furnace, IC housing furnace. Right, I think that's all the things labelled. Where's the screwdriver? There it is. Right, okay, let's do this. Right, so that then becomes input pump is furnace in. Now the output pipe, we used to put a pipe analyzer on it, but you can actually get around this by putting a link back to the furnace itself. I probably could optimise the code and make one less connection, but oh yeah, I forgot to connect a data point to the furnace. I was thinking, why am I not seeing it? Because I haven't connected it up. That would be why. No, oh my god. Right, go over there, get in there. Right, now, where is the data connector? There it is. That can go across there, and I've just got enough. That was close, look at that, I just had enough. There we go, now I can connect the furnace. Okay, user error notwithstanding. Furnace, right, okay, now this one connects to the furnace. This is where I'm saying you could actually, I could rewrite the code to combine those two inputs. Right, that's going to go to the LED, which is going to change colour to tell us what it's doing and if it's ready to cook or not. Whoops. And that is the volume pump furnace out. Done. And with that, look at that, and that little flash red tells me it's ready to roll. So at the moment this dial's set to 0, so it's not set to make anything. That pipe is not connected, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. In fact, that's more important than having a side pipe there. So I'm going to pinch that, put that there, and I'm going to connect that to there. It is now possible, I hope. Yep. Okay. Now what we're going to have to watch is that this pipe doesn't freeze. But of course that's an issue with all of this all the way across, and I do want to keep the fuel as cool as possible. I'm surprised that hasn't tried to kick in. I thought we would have been lower power by now. Let's see if I can see the battery lights through the window. No, there's too much clutter in the way. No, can't really see at all. I might take the coal out of the generator though. I'm not convinced that this is quite working as intended. Because I thought that would be attempting to trigger by now. It's got fuel. Where's the pipe? Get the pipe. Yeah, it's got fuel. Well, anyway, right. So this now should work. I'm not going to waste fuel because we haven't got lots of it, but I turn that dial up depending on what I want to make, and then it should preheat the furnace and basically light it up, and I just feed stuff in there, or I can put a chute on, which I'll do in a minute, and then when it's done it should come out the end here. So I'm actually going to go and pinch this chute from up here. We'll have to do in a minute. Oh good, it's all going wrong again. Shoot, input. Come on, inlet. Okay, when we do that so that we can throw two different things in there if we need to. Right, I'm going to get inside before it all goes wrong. I'm going to chuck that into grind. Oh. Nearly out of air as well, aren't I? That was very, very close indeed. Let's use this air supply here. Good. Right, while I'm over here, let's just see the state of things. Right, so we've actually got no more spare oxygen there. And that, which should have been pure nitrogen, has got a bit of rubbish in it, although not too much. Okay, so I'm going to need to hook these up to a mixer to properly oxygenate this room. I'm surprised that there's not more in there. I guess we are burning it now. We're still at 30% oxygen in here, so I do need to add a mixer and get a proper oxygen mix. I think that is probably the next thing. Right, is there anything much in that tank there? Whoops, press the right button, that would help. Okay, quite a lot of oxygen. I was thinking if I dismantle that, what's it going to do? It's going to bash up the... actually, there's a very small amount in there. Right, let's get rid of that now then. right, what I need to do is to bring some from here and some from there and connect it all up. That's the output mix, so I'll modify that piping as well. Right. So can I make a gas mixer? I need gold. We've got 3 of it left in there, just about got enough. Right, definitely need more gold again. Although there's a bit over there, to be fair, which I could have used, couldn't I? Some cable for this because I know I don't have any left. Okay, so if that's supposed to be, and it's not yet, but once we get this cleaned up, that will be just nitrogen, and that is oxygen. Then what I need to do is to figure out how I get here, and actually I'm going to have to probably bring it upwards anyway, aren't I? It's not the nicest bit of pipe work I've ever constructed, I'll be honest. That's the problem with trying to keep everything inside the base, or as much as possible inside the base. I think that's enough now. Far more than I need, but I will use it. That's one thing with cable. Right, before I start making more pipes, I can probably get some of what I need from dismantling this lot. And actually I can get more pipes, more cable from there as well. Later. Okay, right. So that's a separate system, and I don't really want to mess with that. Right, here's the mixer. So if I can get the mixer here, no, that was right. That way round, we can draw the nitrogen in from one direction, the oxygen in from another. So that's input, and that's input 2, right? Yep. So we want, whoops, other way round. Something like that as a mix. And then I want to reconnect the output on here. Actually, I want to reconnect. So this bit of routing I want to feed that way. This actually becomes 2 separate, yeah, okay, right. It becomes 2 separate pieces of the network. We're going to need more pipes to make it work. Probably not many, to be fair. Might even be enough. We'll try it. So that goes across there, and that disconnects from there, and that disconnects from there, and then that goes there, and then that goes there. Right, so that is feeding the filter, which is extracting the oxygen. Then we're going to split this. That output pipe there I'm going to bring to connect to here. Let's try and get that to actually connect. That would be nice. There we go. And there, and then that's going to go, whoops, that way, and connect in there. That's not the only output pipe, because we also want to feed the system in this room. However, if I now, right, let's turn that off for a minute. Disconnect that. We're going to reuse that heat exchanger for another purpose in a minute. Right, that's now just feeding there, and then we have that feeding there. What I can't now do is connect the data line to the oxygen tank, so that may need a rethink at some future stage, depending on whether there's a need to. Oops, dropped the wrong thing. Learn from last time. Do not split the pipes when I have stuff in the other hand. Okay, good. So that's the inputs and the outputs. Obviously I need to connect to the power in a minute. Now what I have to do is to connect this arrangement, but actually there's a simpler solution, which is just to move it. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. Right, there we go. Right, so I want to put that here. I could put it up on the ceiling. That would actually be a lot neater. Then I'd have to run cable up to the ceiling though. That'll do. That'll be fine for now. I'm overthinking it. Don't know if that's going to work with that cable going through there. Oh no, it will actually let me do that. Okay, that's good. Right, now I get rid of that. I actually didn't need any more pipe, I just had to reconfigure what I had, but I couldn't kind of think it through without doing that. I know I need more pipe outside anyway though, so it's hardly a massive catastrophe. There we go. Let's pick that up for a minute. Right, I might put an inline tank in here actually, that would give me a bit more capacity if the system starts to back up. The obvious place to put it is right here, but it's a bit ugly. Or I pipe it off over here somewhere. That could also work. slightly less spaghetti, and this is coming out as well actually, all of this arrangement, so that's going to be a lot better. Yeah, okay, let's do that. It's better than blowing the base up. Right, okay, now I think I'm ready to clean up a bit. That's getting reused over here-ish somewhere once it's done. That pipe radiator probably gets used at the same time, so it can go over there. I need to fill that hole in obviously, but I need a steel sheet or two for that. Right, and then I need to change the orientation of that piece of cable. Right, there we go. So that should be mixing there. Let's just, oh, batteries run out on that just at the vital moment, probably because I left it on. That's usually what happens. Okay, so what's in here is 80% nitrogen, 20% oxygen. Okay, it's got a bit of pollutant in it, but it's a tiny amount, and I'm reasonably confident these filters will deal with that. Okay, so that's now also the air supply that's running through to the greenhouse, which is excellent. It's very cold, that's the only problem. In fact, that's where we can use that pipe radiator. We can start to warm it up to something like a more sensible temperature. I realise that there's not a lot of temperature difference at the moment. It's -8 in here and that's -19, but it's at least going in the right direction, I hope. Yes, it is starting to warm up just slightly. Okay, that means once I warm this room, it should stay warm. That's why I couldn't see the indicator on the batteries, because that cable's in the way. Right, I'm going to take the ore out of there, coal out of there. Actually, it hasn't used much, has it? Okay, maybe I'll leave it in there. Maybe we are actually roughly balanced at the moment. That would be nice. I know smelting uses tons, but that's the next thing to do, is to move the arc furnace. I mean, we could just get rid of it completely, but it's kind of convenient, and gas is still a bit of a short supply, so but I'm at least move it outside. Oh, that did not work, did it? I thought that would make them pop out, but no, of course it didn't. It made them do weird things. I don't really care about the skull. In fact, I kind of like the idea of burying the skull inside the base. So that's going to fall before it can. Stupid thing, and so is that one. Just go away. No, go, just bugger off. Right. Is that out of fuel? It is. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Lucky I have some capability to do something about that. Right, one thing I do need is at least one more canister. And I need a utility. And I'm going to need that spare pressure regulator. Right, stop being so dramatic about the fact that you're a bit thirsty. That can go in there. It just means I've got one of those ready to use. That pressure regulator is about to come into service. That can go over there. Right, okay, so from here, it's a bit tight, but hopefully I can work out a way to do this. Bring that onto there. That should work. Right, actually I'm going to work out where I need to put the pressure regulator first, because that's actually the biggest constraint. It's got to be after the mixer. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to connect the power there. Might have to move that cable. It's never quite as simple as you want, is it? But then actually that doesn't help, because I can't put it there, because I can't... no, I can put it there. Can put it there. If I move the cable, that's the best solution. Right, okay. So, I'm going to move the cable so it crosses there. That's now connected back up. That can go in there. There we go. Right, and then that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Now, as long as I can actually turn the damn thing on. Right, I mean the next question is, do we have any fuel? But let's assume for a moment we have. Oh no, look, it's actually working. It probably doesn't need to pressurise to 4,000 actually, it probably pressurise it to a couple of thousand, it's probably quite enough. Frankly, at the moment I'll take 500, which will allow me to weld, and then I can also switch that out for a fully charged oxygen. Right, okay, that was a bit of a faff, but that solved another problem. Oh, that wasn't good. Only brief, but there was a little flare of fire there. Right, how badly is that condensing? That's pollutant in there. Maybe I need a liquid drain just to dump that. I did have one connected somewhere, didn't I? It's not great, but okay. Right, so really my biggest problem now is whether or not I can grow food before I die. But in terms of the overall operation of the base, not too bad now. How's the atmosphere in here looking? A little bit more CO2 than I would ideally like, and a bit more oxygen. Still got a bit of muck in the air there, but it's coming down. Minus 9.64. No, it's getting colder, that's the only downside. But whether I've got enough resources to sort that out yet, I don't know. I'd need a water tank. Which I cannot see. Liquid tank. Why can I not see it? Because it's off the bottom of the screen. So copper and steel. I haven't quite got enough, have I? No. Okay, so I need to make some more steel, but I think that's priority for the next episode. We've done good work here today. Definitely cleaned up quite a lot of the layout of the base. Actually, those can go in my backpack because I'll use them outside later. That could come out as well. Actually, this would be nice. I'm going to just finish cleaning this up. That's completely defunct now, I believe. Yep. Good. Okay, I do need to go and consume some water in a minute, because whilst he's being very dramatic about it, my health is starting to drop now. Right, at least I can move around in this place now without tripping over that damn crate. Okay, this is, yeah, definitely better. So, I need to build that out anyway to do this, so I need some more walls. And then I'll need to make some more steel. What I'm going to do then is connect that heat exchanger, you can't really see, but across those two there. I'm going to have to start colour coding some of these pipes and tanks again because it's getting confusing, but I haven't actually got enough stuff to make paint. I wonder whether I can make a tool manufactory. Should be able to. Iron and copper. Well, we've certainly got the iron. Whether we've got the copper, I'm not so sure. And I do really want to move that smelting outdoors because that's the main source of pollutants in this atmosphere in here now. And I want to put it in an enclosed space where we can sort it out properly. Probably could now get a advanced airlock working on there actually, because I could put an active we're able to get the power up there. Now I will have to move that sensor over there, which means reconfiguring it, but it's not too difficult. I've got the pipes, that much I can do. Okay, this is the right way round. Whoops, that was actually the right way round. Actually no, it's not. I want to go one that way and then I'll come down and put a vent on there. That side doesn't need anything changing. That's literally all I need to do actually, so that's probably a smart move just to get it done. If I can remember what I did with the programming disk. Please tell me I put it somewhere sensible. Did I put it somewhere sensible? I don't think I did I? What have I done with it? Oh, is it in my uniform? Yes it is, okay, I did put it somewhere sensible. That is actually better news than I expected. Right, that can go through there. Right, okay, I'm going to make a passive vent. I'm going to do that airlock and then I am actually stopping. I keep getting distracted. It's too easy to get distracted. So we need a passive, we need an active vent. Oh, I haven't got the copper. Can't do it anyway. Alright, well. It's a job for next time, isn't it? Put that on there. Yeah, so all that needs is connecting the pipes at the top, an active vent there. That needs to be moved over to there, which actually... Oh, what's going on? Oh, my mouse battery's run out, is what's going on. I think this is an excellent time. I'll have to use my touchpad. I think that's an excellent time to call it a day. So I hope you've enjoyed that. 13 did turn out to be actually quite a lucky episode. We got the furnace set up outside and automated for alloy production. we've cleaned up a load of stuff inside, and we've sorted out the atmosphere mix, so that is all good news. I will be starting the next episode with a drink of water. However, until then, I'll see you next time. I hope you're enjoying the series, and please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And if you have any comments, I do always look at them. I do make these videos a few weeks in advance, so sometimes it might take me a little while, or you may make a comment on something I've already done. But I do read the comments. I do take feedback on board in terms of different things to try. And as you can tell, I also don't read the manuals. So there we go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next episode.